Hello, I'm here on Church Street, Bold Street End. It's very noisy. McDonald's End, so I thought to come up here today. It's a really busy, windy Friday afternoon. It really is a busy day. Like I've said before, do you really believe the new arrivals here in our city, whether it's Kensington, Fairfield or wherever, at the feet up watching the TV, so we've got to thank those Scousers for giving us an opportunity and future in their glorious city. Does anyone really believe that? We have to thank them. Wonderful Scouse. It's very naive if you believe that. Trust me, you are. You are very naive. And if anyone believes cultural change the city's undergoing, the culture the new arrivals are bringing with them, Liverpool's going to be split down the middle. There'll be the culture of the new arrivals and our Scouse culture, and everything's going to be hunky-dory and harmoniously, what's the word for it? Everyone's going to live in a harmonious way, let's say. Got a bit mixed up there. If anyone believes that, once again, you're very, very naive. Right, it really is windy. You see, once the new arrivals, this is what happens, and has happened, and is happening. Once there's enough of them, then their culture replaces other cultures around the country where cultural change is taking place. And in particular here, there's a typical example is Kensington and Fairfield. Is Kensington and Fairfield somehow split down the middle? All these cultures, all living happily together, all respecting one another's culture, and everything's great and hunky-dory. Well, that's not the real world, ladies and gentlemen, right? Just have a look what's happening to most, if not all, of the London boroughs. Look at Wembley in the borough of Brent. When you go to watch Everton or Liverpool, what culture dominates there? Is there a Cockney one in the true sense of the word? A visible Cockney one? Well, the answer is no, you know it's not, right? The new arrivals and not so new, their culture dominates, right? We see this cultural domination here in our city, in Kensington and Fairfield. And in many other long-standing proud Scouse communities, we see cultural change changing those long-standing proud Scouse communities into different places. There isn't cultural equality, right? There is cultural replacement. That's all that can happen. That's what does happen in the real world, right? That's the real world, not the fantasy world. Diversity is our strength, Dan Cardinals, right? That's fantasy world. That doesn't exist. Look at Blackburn. Blackburn is split right down the middle. Parallel lives. Google it if you don't believe me. Right? Parallel lives, mistrust, division, fear even. Both communities got nothing in common with each other. Don't talk to one another. Don't want to talk. And like I said, parallel lives prevails. Now, this is what is now happening here in our glorious city. It is being culturally changed. The politicians are silent regarding this change. In fact, some are actively encouraging it and aiding and abetting this change for political reasons, to be politically correct and to be liked, as that seems to be fashion these days. Not from the public, from those running the media and social media, things like that. So the politicians don't want to discuss what is happening to our cities. They know what's happening. They will remain silent. So it's in our best interest to vote for candidates in any forthcoming election opposed to further cultural change that are reliable, credible, and give them your vote. Short of that, cultural change will sweep across our city like it has the London Buddhas, right? You see, the proof is in the pudding. No one can say it hasn't happened. It has happened, right? And it's happening more and more here in our glorious city. The change is here for all to see. Our cherished city centre is losing its unique Scouse character and identity. That's there for all to see. Once again, it's not Joe Owens making this up. It's real and present. That's why I come down here. Because if I don't, no one else will. If no one else will, cultural change will sweep across our glorious city. And it'll go the same way London do. Birmingham, Leicester. Many other towns and cities across the country. Right? Everyone knows what Joe Owens is saying is true. What people are contemplating on now is what do they do about it? Who should they vote for? That's the only thing people are now undecided what to do. All I can suggest is find a candidate in your ward, your constituency, you believe is reliable, credible and opposes further cultural change, and give them your vote. Because like I've said, short of that, cultural change will sweep across our city unopposed. And our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity will be lost forever. What a tragedy, right? We can't allow ever that to happen. Our city belongs to our children, grandchildren and all those amazing Scousers yet to be born. Doesn't belong to the new arrivals, children, grandchildren. Sorry for being selfish, but that's the way it is. The boot on the other foot. Who do you think the new arrivals would put first? Well, exactly. And that's what we need to do. We need to put the good people of Liverpool first. Our past and our future. Everything that we are as Scousers must now be our top priority to safeguard, to preserve. Because if we don't, ladies and gentlemen, our children, grandchildren will curse us. I wouldn't be down here if I didn't believe this was urgent. It is urgent, right? If we let this continue, the new arrivals will quite happily take our city from us. Long term, not all about tomorrow, long term. Politicians are not coming to our aid. They're not going to help us. They're with the new arrivals. They're anti-Scouse, right? Well, they must be, right? Or they'd be opposing what's happening to our glorious city. They'd be opposing it, and yet they're not. And we know why. We know whose corner they're in. But at least the good people of Liverpool know Joe Owens is in their corner, right? I stand behind my fellow Scouse brothers and sisters, my wonderful Scouse family. I'm here for you, because no one else will, no one else is. Just look what's happened to all these other towns and cities across the country. They have been changed, and our city is undergoing the same fate if we allow it. That's if we allow it, and like I've said, given we have the crystal ball, we can stop this now in its tracks. All we have to do is vote, right? The good people of this city, just get to the polling station, put your mark on your ballot paper, and in the ballot box, bingo, you've done it. That's all you need to do. Leave everything else, okay, sir? Leave everything else to Joe Owens. I'll do all this, the videos, the hard work, whatever, right? Just leave everything to me. All you need to do is vote. Remember, no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.